Good morning. Guten Morgen. G'day. Morning. Morning. Top of the morning to ya. Well, I've been cruising all right. Out of psychosis, but everything that I thought about while I was in psychosis still stays in your head. You can't, because you go through it, or when you go through a psychosis is pretty much, it's been written about in a lot of spiritual stuff, and I believe psychosis is confused magic, especially when it scares the shit out of you and overwhelms you. Freaks you out when it first starts happening. But I had my first one in 1999. It was pretty much my Saturn return, and I was just at that time 28, 29, when you kind of become mature and you set on your path pretty much by 28 what you're going to become. And my first psychosis fucking scared the shit out of me, and the next 10 probably used to scare me, but they don't scare me anymore. I just fucking laugh. Bloody aliens talking in your head and fucking gods and fucking everything's a message, man. The music, the TV, people say things and put seeds in your head. Bloody everything happens for a reason. Number plates, you can read number plates, answer your thoughts. Fuck, it's full on, man. And I've been a forward scout in Somalia, man, in waiting to get blown away by black African Muslim fucking drug fuck AK-47 motherfuckers. And I'm telling you now, I know what it's like to be a forward scout. And in psychosis, you're a forward scout, man. Everything's a message. And I think the best thing I brought out of this psychosis, and they happen every, I've got Sagittarius tattooed on my arm, and I'm a Pisces, and every time while Sagittarius is on, I go through a psychosis around Chrissy time, and also go through one around St. Patrick's Day, about a week before and 2 weeks after. But I've been documenting them, so that's good, but the one that got me was this: I am the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. And I'll tell you a little story. Well, the Alpha and the Omega are they're just thoughts, your frequency of your mind. Someone's got an Alpha and Omega thought, like the mastermind, the most magical mind, basically, who can project, who can create things with their mind. Like, fucking like Henry Ford. He couldn't make a car, but he got people together who could make a car. So being a bit like that, the mastermind, and the Alpha and the Omega and the beginning and the end, pretty much is God's thoughts. It's got to be. It's the highest frequency. But I'll tell you a story. When I was in Tassie, I was 31, and I was helping this young bloke about 16, getting him off speed, off amphetamines. Arthur was his name, and I took him up to my cabin on my property and got him a trailer and got him out of Devonport so he couldn't access drugs. And anyway, he told me that his dad's a professor who works for the CSIRO and universities. And I was like, righto. And then someone else said, yeah, man, you walk up that guy's driveway, weird shit happens. But anyway, about a year later, I was working on Cradle Mountain. I was 31. And Arthur turns up, brings me a Moena pie, as he always does when he comes and sees me at Cradle. And he goes, me dad's here and his friend. And I was like, walked up, and there's this fucking big bikey cunt standing there, and this old guy. I said, how yous going? You must be Arthur's dad. And he goes, yep, I am. He goes, the government want you to settle down. I said, who? Me? And he goes, yeah, you. I said, oh, yeah. And then he goes, we're picking up your brain waves. I said, who, me? And he goes, yeah, you. And I was like, fuck off. This is fucking mad. And he goes, you mustn't have watched enough television. And I went, fuck, well, I grew up in New Guinea without a television. And I was like, fuck, spinning out. And then the big bikie goes, anyone that goes and tries to help a young fella get their licence is all right by me, so do the righty. And then they said, oh, we got to go, there's a lightning storm coming over Cradle Mountain, we're off, so see you later. And they took off, and I just stood there going, what the fuck was that all about, man? But there's some weird shit happening in Tasmania, man. But if you're going to do mind control and test people's frequencies and their thoughts, Tassie would be the best place to do it, man. But because there's only 400,000 people on an island, so yeah, good testing ground for the CSIRO. But they warned me out because I helped Arthur, so yeah, helped Arthur get off drugs and try to get him his licence and shit. So they warned me out. Now, that's why I understand the Alpha and the Omega. It's just a brainwave, and my brainwaves must have been going out into space, and I think that's how they've picked it up. And, yeah, but I did a bit of homework. That was fucking 18 years ago that happened. And since then I've done some homework, and your pineal gland in your brain, which is the seat of your soul or your spiritual centre, releases melatonin and for sleep and keeps you youthful, fights cancer, and releases DMT, which gives you visions. And yeah, this pineal gland calcifies and turns into a crystal. Fluoride's mainly responsible for it, but yeah, your pineal gland's a crystal, and the left and right hemisphere of your brain's magnetic, and the energy in your body is the battery, and you're basically a walking radio set once your mind's crystallised, your pineal gland, and that's how I believe they can pick up your thoughts or your frequency that you're sending off. So, but don't spin about it. Yeah, I don't know if they're doing it on the mainland yet, but yeah, but it spun me out, man. But the Alpha and the Omega. But what I want to do during my psychosis, I pretty much thought I was a starship captain of the battle cruiser Emit, time travel and machine bloody. And I'd gone on a mission undercover into the computer systems in the big world, right, into the little world, into space, megabytes in a computer, and I created the universe, the galaxies and everything, and I pretty much become a rebel and stole space off the big people's computer, and I'm trying to keep the galaxies, the aliens, us, and I was going to rescue the world and, yeah, create a battle cruiser called Emit. In 20 years, I was going to have it made by the CSIRO and the 3 smartest kids in every high school in Australia. I was going to teach them for 1 year, put them through Kapooka boot camp, 3 months at Kapooka like I did, and then start Star Command, have a battle cruiser ready. Then I was going to play Geneticist and make Angels and fucking Marines and time travel, you name it, really fucking play God, man, and sort the world out, and then take people to the stars, man, and protect the Earth from aliens. Because those little grey aliens, they're funny little cunts. Yeah, they don't have a home, so they've they live on Earth, but they live underground mainly, and they control the frequency of all our minds. They've stolen it. They pretty much control it. Otherwise, we'd be a lot more psychic, and it's basically they need a level of frequency for a mind's consciousness to exist. And they're the ones that are making the frequency go around the Earth. And I think they've kept Mother Nature, Archangel Uriel, prisoner for a couple of thousand years or more. And, yeah, if you listen to reggae, that helps elevate you out of that frequency, and because it goes through your body and your feet and you start dancing a bit. But that down up string helps fight it. It's probably 573 kilowatt frequency, the reggae, compared to the frequency they're pumping around the Earth, and keeping our minds slave mind. Basically, the devil masters are the little grey aliens, and yeah, I have a laugh with them. I fuck with them all the time. The poor little bastards, they can't have sex. They're all sexually frustrated, so I don't know how a grey alien's born. I'm going to have to ask them, but they don't have genitalia, I'm pretty sure of it, so they decided to steal people's minds. But, yeah, you can, yeah, they don't like us talking about this shit. They definitely hate it, man, but I put it on YouTube, so fucking, yeah, but I got nothing to fear about grey aliens. I'm their friend. I'm all aliens' friend, and yeah, I need technology from them for the battle cruiser emit, and well, the problem with time travel is once you want to be a time traveller, okay, you just think about being a time traveller, and you making a time machine, and you would have already made it and come back and tell yourself. Yeah, so you pretty much be getting messages from the future all the time about don't do this, stay on your course. Yeah, undercover agent. But the problem is there's 20 amino acids that make DNA and life, right? And they come from the ground and the water and the salt and the electricity, but they're missing one. They can't find one that started life. So that's why in a time machine, I duck back 6 billion years and place a single living cell in a saltwater pool on Earth, and go back 6 billion years back to the point of time before we back to the original time, and don't go back except for a couple of things with Jesus and Moses, and yeah, and let the single living cell bluminate and get into the ocean and start producing oxygen, which creates the atmosphere, and yeah, and then we create fish, reptilians and reptiles and fish, and we come out of the water and we walk on the land, and then we become yowies. Oh, yowies, Yawa, Yawa. But we got to build Star Command, man, because I've got to build this machine. Pink Floyd sing about it, man, the machine. Welcome, my son. Welcome to the machine. Yeah, that's a good song, man. But, righto, well, I've gobbed off enough. I've got to get ready for my cleaner. And I'll talk to you soon, man. Let's get Star. Hang on, give you Star Command. Let's get Star Command going. See you guys.